future has to be hard knowing that 2 losses means their world championship run is over.
Yeah, and also I'm sure that in the back of KK's mind is that second game of King of the Hill where JP played those first 2 absolutely perfectly. Rikey Jones and KK were just outmatched. Then Mookie came out and made JP look kind of in the same boat as how he made KK and Rikey Jones look. So this is going to be a big one for JP.
Career win rate in head-to-head play overall for KK at 62%. Went a clean 7 set wins and only 1 set loss in the 2019 spring season for Game With, so he's certainly capable of putting together some great best of 3 sets. The most important one of his career happening right now.
A little snowball there to help these Royal recruits get a little bit more life than that Ice Whiz would have stopped all 3 of them in their tracks.
And Fireball puts the balloon to the outside. Baby Dragon enough to stop it from connecting. KK a bit of relief there in that moment.
Yeah, I think he was worried that that balloon was going to get a last-second drop. I think we all were for a moment, but really brilliant timing with the Fireball.
And the Inferno Dragon hanging out in the middle. That's really good for JP, actually. Giving a little extra value to the Inferno Dragon. Does get a couple of shots from the Princess Tower, but will help play defense as well. This Inferno Dragon looks like it's going just for a walk in the park.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this yesterday a couple times too. Inferno Dragon's just living in the center of the map, out of the range of the 2 opponents' Princess Towers, and getting so much value. I mean, one of the great things about the Inferno Dragon is actually how slow it is. So sometimes it'll just sit there and just get value after value after value.
Fisherman will pull the Ice Whiz to the middle, take care of it, and now a 3-3 split with the Fish Boy behind for JP.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about value. This Fisherman has done a lot of work in both lanes here for JP.
And now it'll tank a bit for the Inferno Dragon as well, and that's a nice NATO out of KK to not let that Inferno Dragon do too much, but an even better Heal Spirit out of JP.
Yeah, that NATO wasn't exactly, I think, where KK wanted, or if it was, I don't think he was expecting JP to react so quickly, and he actually ends up getting a little bit more out of it than KK would have liked. But game very, very easy, or even right now, not even 100 HP separating these 2.
Fireball in, final 30 seconds of regulation, balloon to the left-hand side, and we saw this a lot yesterday. This is what you have to do with this deck, is create dual lane pressure and split up that balloon and Inferno Dragon. Look at that, Inferno Dragon very low on HP, forces out the baby on the right-hand side.
Yeah, great job with the Fisherman by JP. He saw that somehow that Inferno was going to stay alive. He snuck a Fisherman in front of it, gets it all the way to tower, and as you said, Rich, demands that Baby Dragon out of KK.
Archer's way in the back. Fireball will take them off the board. This Graveyard going to force a Snowball out as well. A nice little chunk of damage here for the Ponos player.
Yeah, really, really well put together offense there. You see the Fisherman trying to get the Knight off the board, but damage was already done with those skeletons, and just like that, KK not in the lead, but in a very good position, much better position than he was in a minute ago.
Yeah, that one extra barb hit was not what JP wanted. 1751 to 1622 with 1:35 left.
Obviously, this is set point for Team Queso, but JP needs 2 big wins to bring this one home.
NATO does finally come in there at the end, and a little more traditional control with the NATO here than we've seen out of KK so far today.
Yeah, and again, iAmJP just kind of sitting back, playing well, playing confident, recognizes that he's not in the lead, but he's not behind by a lot. He's not trying to do anything crazy like he did yesterday. Now we see another well-timed balloon, well-supported balloon coming in, but very difficult to break through this Ice Whiz plus NATO combination.
And those 2 that shot on the recruit on the right-hand side could be very, very important, but this is a tough situation. The matchup is for JP up until about this point. So right now, KK has a good chance to steal this one out from under, because it would be a huge mistake for him to let a balloon connect one more time, but he can throw graveyards right on that tower.
Yeah, and JP has no ability to spell cycle out, so it's really just about building these gigantic pushes in either lane and trying to make something happen. And you know, KK is playing this pretty correctly and just playing very, very slow and reactive. Archer will get 2 shots on that left-hand tower, giving JP the lead, Rich.
And now a second balloon on the right-hand side. The overwhelm potentially coming in for JP. Balloon trying to make its way in. Fireball looking to buy some room for those skeletons. A couple connect. Will the balloon connect on the right? No, the NATO saves it, and KK will win game 1 of this set.
Wow, that was an incredible back and forth in those final moments. JP maybe getting a little over aggressive on the right-hand side, as we've seen him do